Happy Sunday, everyone, and happy Father's Day to all of the amazing dads out there. I'm Nate Comp from Dimecast, and today's video is the premiere of Lesson 1 from our upcoming free course, Rhythm Skills for Life, Owning the Time and Playing with Confidence. I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to Lesson 1. Before we get into the specifics of exactly what it is that you need to be practicing throughout this course, I want to take some time in this first lesson to address the mindset that you need to have to become a better player. You will find that in the long run, it really is your mindset and your attitude that will determine how quickly you improve. So it's important to get this part dialed in right from the beginning. I also want to address some common misconceptions that many students have when it comes to the path that you need to be on to actually get better on the guitar. These are all things that I wish I knew when I was first starting out, and I want to help you avoid some of the frustrations that I dealt with way back when I didn't know any better. As the old saying goes, the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. Okay, let's dive right in. Let's start with musical truth bomb number 1. You can't simply information your way into becoming a better player. Modern technology has put a wealth of information at everyone's fingertips, which I think is great, but there are a few drawbacks to having such easy access to so much stuff. The first issue to deal with is that it's very easy to get overwhelmed with the sheer amount of information that exists out there, especially online. The second issue to deal with is that there's actually a lot of really bad advice floating around when it comes to guitar education. In the 30 years that I've been teaching, I've found that what most players really need is someone to guide them through things, to weed out the good from the bad, and to help them organize all of that information and make some sense of it. The third issue to deal with when it comes to learning music in the age of modern technology is this. You need to accept the fact that information alone is not enough. When it comes down to it, there is no substitute for spending quality time on the instrument. Martial arts master Bruce Lee once said, "Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do." Now, with that being said, having the right kind of information will certainly make a big difference in how quickly you improve. But if you don't have the patience or the willpower to follow through with a steady practice routine, then I would suggest that you just go ahead and close this video now, because you are only going to get value from this course if you are willing to put in some time and some effort. Based on my own personal experience working with hundreds of students, I found that the best results usually come from a combination of these 6 things. The right kind of musical content to study, presented in the right order, a consistent practice routine based on a steady schedule that you can realistically stick to, feedback and constructive criticism from a trained expert, internal accountability to yourself so that you stick with it even when it's tough, external accountability to a teacher or a mentor, and a supportive community of like-minded people. In regards to the internal accountability to yourself idea, my personal trainer once said something that really stuck with me. He said that the heaviest weight in the whole gym is the front door. To put it simply, you're only going to get better at playing guitar by playing guitar, which means that you have to make an honest effort to show up for yourself. Without that level of commitment, all of the information in the world is going to be useless. Okay, here's musical truth bomb number 2. You only need enough guitar technique to play the music that you want to play. You can create amazing sounding music without the need for massive amounts of physical proficiency. If the kind of music that grabs you and really resonates with you isn't filled with complicated guitar techniques, then you don't need to spend endless hours practicing technical exercises. Now, on the other hand, if the music that connects with you emotionally is filled with more complex or intricate sounds, then of course there's going to be a minimum level of physical technique and tactile ability that you will absolutely have to develop. That's just the way the instrument works. At the end of the day, no matter what kind of music appeals to you, your primary responsibility when it comes to the physical aspect of guitar playing is being able to play the most fundamental forms of musical behavior with clean and accurate guitar technique. This basic principle holds true no matter how simple or how complex the music might be. Musical truth bomb number 3 is a crazy one. Music doesn't come from your fingers. Okay, music really starts in your mind. From there, it is guided by your ears and your emotions, and then it is delivered with your hands on the instrument. The physical performance of music with your hands on the guitar is actually the final step in the process of musical creation, and a lot of players really get this backwards. I like to think of the physical aspect of playing the guitar as the caboose of the train that we call musical creation. What this means is that everything that you study in music must be understood in your mind first as a musical concept or a musical idea, then in your ears as a musical sound that you can recognize, in your emotions as a musical feeling that you can recognize, and then finally as a physical activity and a tactile behavior that you must be able to properly execute on the instrument. This is another key principle that holds true no matter how simple or how complex the musical setting might be. Finally, we have musical truth bomb number 4. You need to study the basics of musical behavior way longer than you think you do. You can play a lot of really great music on the guitar using only a handful of basic ideas, but those ideas must be delivered and executed at a high level. When it comes to studying the fundamental components of musical behavior, which includes things like rhythm, and melody, and harmony, timbre, dynamics, tonal quality, your goal is to deeply internalize these fundamentals in your mind, in your ears, in your emotions, and of course, with your hands. The real challenge here is that this process actually takes way longer than most people realize. I've encountered many students over the years who seem like they are always in a rush to work on the next cool thing that they think will improve their playing by chasing every new shiny object that comes along. The harsh reality is that most of these people aren't actually ready to move on to that next cool thing because they're not strong enough with the fundamentals that are absolutely necessary to create great sounding music. Now, I know that this is a lot of stuff to take in all at once. Make sure that you download the accompanying PDF file for this first lesson, which is posted directly below this video. The PDF covers all of the important points that I went over, and you should be reviewing these concepts on a regular basis as you go through this course. Okay, on to the next lesson. Thank you for checking out this first lesson and for your continued support of our YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook page and our Facebook students group. If you would like access to the entire free course, which is going to be launching within the next few weeks, you can register right now over at dimecast.com. Just enter your name and your email, and we'll hit you up as soon as the full free course goes live. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.